if it's one thing that you, I don't want to say change, that you feel that can help the WNBA's game out,
help the game out. Okay, so I think the game is looking great. I think it's evolved great. I believe that player for player, players are more talented, faster. You can see they're getting that individual training, ball handling skills, shooting. The game is phenomenal. I thought they're playing at a high level. I'm very proud of them. I support the WNBA still. I will always, obviously we'd love to have Brittany back home. That's important.
For sure. Shout out BG.
Shout out to BG. She's never, far from our thoughts. But the WNBA is rocking. What could we have more? I mean, I just think, from a salary standpoint, it'd be great for the women to be able to make more money. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. I think I saw something that said, like, one player that makes maybe $12 million on the NBA team could cover the whole WNBA salary.
Yeah, that's insane.
So that's kind of like crazy. And again, we're what, 26 years young, so it's not like we're comparing ourselves to the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, we could just take a donation around the NBA maybe one night y'all don't go to the casinos.
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA like
the most.
More than we probably support the fucking NBA. And it bothers me.
You shouldn't be bothered because the WNBA players, I can tell you 100%, and we had a meeting for our 25th anniversary. We're do Zooms with the veteran, the legends of the league or whatever, and just talking about it. And I told them on that call, the number one supporter that we have, you guys never focus on, and that is the NBA players.
Draymond Green's point just hit harder than a punch to his teammate's face. In all seriousness, it needs to be said, it needs to be pointed out, and we need to really look at this and breathe it all the way in that Lisa Leslie literally just asked for welfare handouts, not in the form of the normal welfare handouts that the NBA already gives the WNBA, because the WNBA hasn't been profitable in its 25 years in existence. It loses on average about $10 million per year that is paid for by the NBA. What she asked for was different from that, because you could argue that they are, from an organizational standpoint, connected to each other, and when one part of the organization is strong and the other part of the organization is weak, okay, you can do things like that. You can help out like a sister company, brother company, parent company, however you want to call it. You can understand that. But to literally ask for, NBA players to reach into their pocket and give more money or give money to WNBA players, and made the statement, one less night at the casino. If every NBA player does one less night at the casino or the strip club, we know what you wanted to say, then thus WNBA players could make a little more money. We can make ends meet a little more. Like, that is just full-blown welfare charity. That is like me saying that, here I am on YouTube. I don't make as much money as Poor Man's Podcast. He could, he could take one of his videos and just disperse those funds to smaller YouTubers, or he could, he could spend one fancy night out on the time, or one less fancy night out on the town with his wife, and give somebody else the HBO special, as he says, to help a brother out special, and give them some of that money. Like that literally makes no sense at all. That literally makes no sense at all. And it does speak to a level of entitlement. And Lisa Leslie is somebody who I consider to be one of the good ones. She definitely held her ground when Gayle King tried to get her to say something or just acknowledge Kobe's alleged situation that he had in Denver involving a woman where some allegations was made. She tried to get Lisa Leslie to speak on that right after Kobe Bryant's death. It's like, so, I do view her as one of the good ones. She did say that she tells WNBA players all the time that, hey, we are talking about places where we get our support from, and we're doing our little meetings, and we're plot planning and strategizing, and we're acknowledging this and acknowledging that. And she said, you're not acknowledging the people who support us the most, and that is the NBA players. So she's fighting behind the scenes on behalf of NBA players, but then still publicly, I could tell she was going to, I guess, do the sentiments of what the, I don't want to even call it the WNBA sisterhood, has basically been murmuring and whispering, saying that, hey, they need to give us some money. So she waited until she got on The Shop with LeBron James, his show called The Shop, and basically literally rolled out the plan live with the camera rolling. Hat out, put some of your money, your $1 million contracts, put a little bit of it in our hat. That's what she literally did. So Draymond Green was absolutely spot on. He definitely hit his target. So shout out to Draymond Green for keeping it real and saying what needed to be said in that moment. He didn't pull punches. He didn't step back. He hit it right down the center of the plate. He really did. So shout out to Draymond Green in that one. And it's worth being said. It's worth being said because I've been seeing it from the very start. You see WNBA games with barely even a full audience in there, selling out barely 10% of the arena, but you see NBA players sitting courtside supporting. You see all kinds of commercials. You see the NBA doing lean in commercials. You see all kinds of stuff like that. You see the NBA doing everything they can from a top-down organizational standpoint, and the individual players doing individual things to support the women, to help the league grow. But that's all I got on that one. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about Draymond Green. Basically, G-checking Lisa Leslie on that, and Lisa Leslie kind of copped a plea and said, no, I'll be the one G-checking those chicks. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. But with that said, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.